May I remind you that trading is risky and not suitable for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results. Please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, and never risk money you cannot afford to lose. Welcome to QuantBox Daily. Today is Tuesday, January 10th. I hope your Monday was good. We're going to take a look at all the dollar pairs we were talking about yesterday in a moment. But first, what is QuantBox? QuantBox is your global macroeconomic quant in a box. For those of you who are new to the channel, it's a beautiful tool that gives you all the quantitative analytical tools you need to formulate a fundamental bias in the market, match that with technicals, and get an edge on the market. It's a very nice tool. It's got some very nice features. It's got economic data. It's got COT data. It's got seasonality. It puts all this information together for you and gives you a fundamental bias that you can then exercise in the market, which is nice because it means you're not sitting there going like, am I a bull or a bear? I'm not too sure. Fundamentally, you're covered. You still need to match things up technically, though, but that's okay. I'll hold your hand and help you do that. So if you'd like to check out QuantBox, a weekly trial is just $7.90. Give it a bash, and you'll see it's a very, very useful tool. One of the things that we do with it every single day is we take a look at the market heat map, and we take a look at which currency pairs are currently the most bullish or the most bearish. And we then take a look at those pairs and look at the overall fundamental bias for them and see if we're currently in a situation where we can exercise a bearish bias on a currency pair that's been very bullish, or a bullish bias on a currency pair that's been very bearish, or alternatively, continue buying something that is bullish and currently up, or continue selling something that is bearish and currently down. That's generally the idea. So what we take a look at first is the market heat map, and you'll see here all our indices are still up, so some more risk on for the moment. We've got Euro Pound and CAD Swissy, Kiwi Swissy, Kiwi Yen, CAD Yen. So all of our risk currencies are currently up. So you can see risk on. In terms of what's down right now, our dollar pairs, like pound dollar, Aussie dollar, pound Kiwi, some indices. Okay, cool. So let's start with the bullish currencies right now. Let's start with Euro Pound. Okay, so jumping into Euro Pound over here on the right-hand side, I've got two QuantBox terminals open. Looking at Euro Pound currently, so currently Euro Pound up 0.15% on the session, and Euro Pound coming through the bias of buy. So let's take a look at Euro Pound quickly. Okay, so still stuck inside that range. You can see price still bouncing around inside there. Not a massive fan of trading tight ranges, but if you are playing with this, or if you are trading this, you're looking for a breakout and you're waiting for price to give you some kind of direction. Let's take a look at a different currency pair. Let's move on to USD ZAR. We can look at USD ZAR if you'd like to. So USD ZAR over here coming through with an overall bias of neutral. Okay, let's take a look at USD ZAR. I don't think I have USD ZAR. Oh, there it is over there. Okay, cool. So USD ZAR currently bullish. Price currently sitting at a monthly M2. Okay, you can see here price sitting at the bottom of this range over here. Looking at H4, you got weekly M2, monthly M2 confluence. Okay, so what you're doing here, and also, you can also see the price has broken up through this resistance, come down, closed at that support. So if you're looking for a buy on USD ZAR, and you're looking to take this higher, then over here on the lower time frame, H1, you got DM2 currently in play. M15, you're looking for that higher high, higher low. Okay. So what you could do is you could just lock this off like this and wait for price to break out of the range. Okay. That could be something you keep an eye on. Next we've got CAD Swissy. When USD ZAR is an opportunity, but let's see if we get anything that really stands out. So CAD Swissy. CAD Swissy currently bullish on the session. You can see here, price is currently sitting at this 21 EMA. However, price has broken this resistance, currently sitting at that support. Looking at the H4 time frame, sitting at a weekly central pivot point over here. I'm not a massive fan of the volatility on this pair right now. Let's see if we can find something that really stands out better. How about Kiwi Swissy? So Kiwi Swissy. So first of all, CAD Swissy bias overall is currently neutral. Kiwi Swissy bias is currently neutral. Let's take a look at Kiwi Swissy. Okay. Also very sideways, very chunky. Let's look for something else. All we do is just go through everything and see if we get an opportunity. So Kiwi Swissy, Kiwi Yen. Okay, so our yen pairs. Currently neutral. All of our yen pairs are currently neutral. Aussie yen, CAD yen, Euro yen, pound yen. Pound yen's a sell. Kiwi yen's, so everything else is neutral. Let's take a look at Kiwi yen. For daily perspective, okay, still bouncing around. Coming off that monthly central, sitting over here. Moving averages aren't looking great. Let's look for something else. CAD yen. So CAD yen sitting at 21 EMA. Okay, cool. Sitting in the weekly M3. I'm not liking this 21.55 on the 4-hour. Also, I can see we currently got a range over here. So I'd leave that alone. Goodness. Okay, dollar Swissy. Currently sell. Now, see, that's an example. So you can see here, dollar Swissy currently bullish in terms of the session, but overall fundamental bias of sell. That might be an opportunity. Let's take a look. I don't have USD Swissy on my list because I don't usually trade it, but let's take a look and see. Let's bring it up. Where are you, USD Swissy? There you are. Okay. Okay. Bias of sell. Currently at a daily 21 EMA. Oh, I don't like the 4-hour. Look at the position over there. You got this resistance left-hand side, but there's not much of a trade inside. You are at the H121, so you could be looking for a cheeky scalp on this. You're looking for a lower low, lower high on the M15 time frame. Might be an opportunity there. And if there is, you're taking it down to the daily target. Okay. But you definitely want that lower low, lower high on the M15 time frame so you can confirm that price is going to shoot up. Okay. So you're looking for price to come down, lower low, pull back, lower high, and then take that further down. But just be aware of the fact, I mean, from a 4-hour perspective, if we could find a currency pair that was like way up and we look to selling it, much better. Let's see if we can find that. So Aussie Swissy, let's take a look at Aussie Swissy. Aussie Swissy neutral. Okay. Let's take a look at the daily. All right. So currently at a monthly M3 from H4 perspective, currently coming down. This is the 4-hour candle here. Didn't really close that resistance. Okay. Currently at bullish pivot points, not looking great. I'd love to see price just pull back to resistance on this. Okay, let's move on to the bearish pairs. Let's start with the bottom here. So let's go pound Kiwi. Pound Kiwi is a sell. I'm not liking that volatility. Look how chunky that is, bouncing around. All right. Notice the theme that's going on right now. Swiss franc Japanese, I'll leave that alone. Wait, where we go? Pound Kiwi. Okay, so let's go pound CAD. Okay, pound CAD. Also just like, okay. Now, if you've watched my previous videos, you'll notice when I do give a signal, it's because there's a nice setup. The market looks nice. Doesn't look like it's choppy. A lot easier to see. Pound dollar. Our dollar pairs right now. Coming to neutral and pound dollar. Let's take a look. We did mention the dollar pairs yesterday in terms of price potentially being at a level where you might look to sell. Okay. So daily time frame on pound dollar. Not at any kind of resistance really. H4 coming off that R1. I still said, you know, could we wait for price to pull back down to support, take it further up to the target, or alternatively wait for price to get to target? Let's take a look at today. So you got that pullback yesterday, not the most amazing pullback, not the most obvious pullback. Currently sitting over here. Okay. If you see, I'm not seeing price currently at resistance of any kind. I'm seeing prices sort of bouncing up and down. You have got the weekly R1 over there. So you could be looking for lower lows and lower highs in M15 time frame. But it looks pretty choppy to me. Okay, let's continue. Volatility, interesting. Aussie CAD. Aussie CAD coming through the bias of neutral. What a neutral out there. Okay, at an M3, 21 EMA over here, looking pretty sideways, Gee whiz. Okay, cool. Let's continue. Aussie Kiwi. Slim pickings, my friends. Slim pickings. Let's take a look. Aussie Kiwi. Okay, Aussie Kiwi is interesting because we're currently at this monthly R1. H4, we're currently over here. So you could be looking to trap this. Pullback, breakout, pullback, sell. You got a weekly M3, but you definitely want to see a break of this range. Okay. And then price pulling back up to the bottom of the range for a sell. You are out of position daily, but these pivot points are so narrow as a result of the low volatility. So you could ignore that. Overall, you are in position weekly, you are in position monthly. So I would wait for a breakout pullback sell on this. You have got the overall bias of sell on the Aussie Kiwi. That's the only one that really stands out. But even that, we still have to wait for. Let's take a look at all our dollar pairs. Yesterday, we spoke about the US dollar in terms of the currency pairs currently heading up, potentially finding resistance. You're on a monthly R1 over here, but you'd need some kind of lower low, lower high set up on the H4 time frame. You can see price currently down, so you're waiting for pullbacks on that. If you waited for the R1 yesterday and you got into that yesterday, let's take a look if you got an opportunity. Not really. Not the most amazing volatility on that either. Let's take a look at the euro dollar. So euro dollar has moved higher above the monthly M3, currently at a weekly R1. Okay. Not seeing any bearishness on that just yet. We looked at pound dollar just now already. So Kiwi dollar, S1, R1 has not reached target yet. Okay. And then USD CAD. USD CAD is interesting because we're currently at the S1. We spoke about this yesterday saying, could we come down to the S1? Could we take this up to R1? So USD CAD, looking at, we were at support yesterday, this blue line over here. We still said we had the S1 further down, and you're looking for the higher high, higher low, which we haven't had yet. But you can see that price is currently consolidating, but could be setting up a potential long, which might be doing a trapping price. Sure, guys. Interesting volatility going on out there. So I think what this is telling me is telling me to be very, very careful. And all you're going to do is, there's opportunities out there. There are potential setups. We didn't see very many. A lot of things is we're still waiting. That's a good sign. That means don't force it. It means just wait, take it easy, continue paying attention to your market heat map. Okay. Continue paying attention to your fundamental bias, and then look to see if you can exercise that fundamental bias in the market by being low or being high. Okay. USD CAD is a good example of being low. So S1 currently sideways, S1 R1 potential, but you're looking for a confirmation of that in terms of price making higher highs and higher lows. Okay. And I think just keep checking back on this heat map before New York Stock Exchange. Here's the thing, right? QuantBox can absolutely tell you what your fundamental bias is on something. It can tell you what's currently moving in the market. Your technicals can tell you whether you high or low, and whether you got trends or ranges. But the one thing that none of us can control is volatility. And it's better if there's low volatility to stand back and wait for absolute confirmation of trade before you waste your money. So the chart so far telling me be patient. Stay disciplined. Stay liquid. Okay, have a look at New York. Take a look at your heat map at New York. See if anything sets up or lines up for you. Keep an eye on the USD CAD, like we spoke about. And any other pairs that you think you might be looking at trading, but if you're looking for breakouts, wait for that breakout, wait for that pullback, and just be patient today. Do not lose any money. Have a good day. See you tomorrow.